Ma 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 ma. Me 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 me.
Tricksy little hobbitses.
Oh, yeah, 1 second. What am I doing? Be useful to work that out, wouldn't it? I'm BoredGamer. Let's make that happen. Me. Hi. Hope everyone's okay. We've had a bumpy road with Alpha 4.3.2. Bumpier than I actually knew even when I was on it. So I was playing that live build. I hadn't realised quite how buggy it was for quite so many people. A lot of the time I avoid a lot of bugs, and a lot of bugs were introduced to me by other people. Like, have you seen this one? Have you seen this one? What about this one? I was like, oh, okay. I think what it is Star Citizen Alpha, you're gonna have bugs, right? They are trying to make it so it's significantly less buggy. And this patch 4.3.2 has been the buggiest patch in recent memory for me. And it's because its bugs sort of there are at least little bugs with each of the gameplay loops and mechanics, and some major ones with some of the more major mechanics. So yeah, you are having problems potentially with cargo and mission progression and trade, just loads of, like, oh, okay, ASD facility stuff, and yeah, so that is frustrating. And often, and previous to this, there'll be bugs, and a lot of them we fixed in PT, and that's true here as well. But they'll hotfix some of the more egregious ones almost immediately, or there'll only be a couple of ones that are sort of preventing gameplay in certain areas. This feels like a lot of areas have had issues. That's just what I think at the moment. CIGR putting together another big bundle of hotfixes, and so they were running the hotfix branch for the live build, sort of mirrors it. And when I say mirrors, your progress continues on hotfix or on or off hotfix. It is connected to the live accounts, as it were. They took the hotfix branch down while they had some more fixes and tweaked some other bits. That should be back to sale tomorrow, I think. And then they'll have a big bundle of fixes. They might run another maintenance patch this week where they take down the servers and everything for a little while. I like getting frustrated and angry, so I play Star Citizen. Look, I love Star Citizen for what it is. For me, I'm not jumping into Star Citizen to play with permanent progression in mind at the moment. I'm playing to test the new things for a bit, to faff around, and to sort of understand the direction of development more than enjoy Star Citizen as a playable experience, if that makes sense. I play a reasonable amount of Star Citizen, but not a huge amount. I'm not playing daily Star Citizen to try and progress or anything. If there's something new, I'm more likely to spend more time and do in either Cardi and PTU builds, but PTU builds mostly. I want to try the new things and mess around with those new things and understand them, and then talk about them. I'm primarily a news-based channel rather than a gameplay-based channel. We do a little bit of gameplay, and obviously we use gameplay in our footage. And Zin and I will be doing regular gameplay, and that will become part of our content, both because I want to start talking about news in-game at some point, especially after 1.0 comes out. We will go, well, what's new today every morning in-game, almost like a news show, potentially with, if the game allows for it, going, well, this is what's changed over the day. This is news of things that have happened in game. These are the prices of things, the economic news, the don't go into the system because there's a blockade there. There's a load of potential stuff we could do. We're running a almost in law useful news service would be chef's kiss. I want to play Star Citizen load more, especially when there's more progression. When this 1.0 comes out, I'll be playing Star Citizen as like my main game that I play. At the moment, I'm playing to understand the development and try the new things. You see what I mean? It's alpha. Its alpha is not as much of an excuse when CIG are going the year of playability and marketing it as a much more polished game than it is, right? So frustrating game yesterday. I lost my head. Yes, walking around with that. Yeah, okay. It's just a bug. It's just a bug, bro. It's annoying, right? Because yeah. Fortunately, there's a load of other games to play while fixes are being done. Because I want to play a good amount of 4.3.2 live. I want to do a full playthrough from start to finish of the ASD facility stuff. I was hoping that this patch isn't the best patch to do that, unfortunately, at the moment. But I'm hoping when they apply some hotfixes, it will be. And I'm not too interested. Sometimes I am, but in this particular limited event, not hugely interested in the sort of very small scale limited events. I used to love things like Xenothreat and Siege of Orison and stuff, and Siege of Orison's coming back. I'm expecting Xenothreat to come back in some regard. I suppose when they were talking about the tactical strike groups and gameplay with fleet battles and stuff, that's basically what Xenothreat was. Right, so CIG, they are trying to market the game, at least in my opinion, more of an early access product now, right? They're going, we want this to be more playable, something that'll be early access on Steam, that sort of thing. So they can go, look, it's an early access game. Early access, that's the buzzword, that's the marketing word, that's the word that goes, the game is playable now, and we'll continue to do updates for it, but it's not the 1.0 experience. You know what I mean? That's the way it looks to me and it feels to me. Hopefully Nix goes into PT over next week. So, the plan is to have 4.4 to Evocadi at some point this week. Don't know when. Soon. Engineering build, I don't think it's gone out yet, but there should be a tech preview of engineering day, potentially, which is good because CIG also want to fit in testing crafting on the tech preview before the end of the year. And we are not sure what's happening with engineering. So we're not sure how much it's evolved since we last saw it. CIG did talk about it, saying, "Oh, it's a good amount more better now, better UI and that sort of stuff." But I suspect it's a bit more visually pleasing. We'll have to wait and see, right? Super looking forward to fires and damage control and physicalized components and targeting sort of systems and fuses and load of stuff. Why aren't there any mining missions? I mean, they are going to have the mining guild in the not too distant future and proper mining missions. Proper mining missions. Which will be a core part of the game. Don't know. I don't have a time frame for you of expansion of missions and improvements, but potentially part of crafting, right? I mean, mining and salvaging are going to be the core components of crafting. I'm a big fan of the Corsair. Are the servers deteriorated at the moment? You can always go to status. Industries.com. I'm good. Gonna be the right one, so yeah. Good at the moment. No issues. Graded a couple of days ago. I had to do some emergency maintenance because of contracts and missions being broken. Weekend. Don't know about Nix, but this patch is super terrible. Maybe they'll focus on stability next year. So, is stability the problem? You get the 41k errors. It is at least fractionally more crashy and stable than the previous build, but it's more buggy than unstable. If you see what I mean. I genuinely think they can actually get rid of the lion's share of the problems this week with hotfixes. Let's see what happens with 4.4. Because they need 4.4 to be pretty good, right? Because you've got the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo and a free fly event, potentially the biggest event for CIG. I mean, it should be the biggest event, full stop, they've ever had, effectively, just because of the amount of money they could generate. Star Citizen is in a relative spotlight. You don't want everything to blow up. If it all blows up now, Not a great look. Year stability, and then we don't care for a few years. No. So the monthly patch cadence basically means they are trying to make each patch each month better and better and better and more stable. Obviously, that has not been the case with 4.3.2. It doesn't mean that it won't be by the time the patch cycle's ended, and hopefully even by the end of this week, as I said. What are the chances the RSI Perseus will release early before the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo? Well, it's possible it will be released with 4.4 for owners. And then everyone will be able to get their hands to try it out at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. So it will either be 4.4 and or IAE. How many AAA games come out these days meant to be full release? Will come out with a lot of issues. Yeah, indeed. Hold on 1 second. I can see a load of weird noises outside my house. I will be right back. Ask some questions. Behind the wizard's curtain. Oh, you can't see those boxes. Hi. What else have we got here? It was just some scaffolding work nearby. It's being very loud. Early access in the mode of CIG is the same as Alpha, though. The game last 2 years is on a good way of development, but so much money and time was lost. I'm happy because they were lost and now they're found. So, yeah, I suppose, to me, the move on to the term early access is more of a marketing thing. So, look, the game's moved out of alpha into early access. But basically, it's the same thing. I mean, they are trying to make it more stable and better, and it is significantly better than it was a year ago, right? And I do like the monthly patch cadence. It's just, this patch has gone, some red flags that CIG need to address. Thoughts on the new open cargo elevators? Do you think CIG will bring a solution for griefs at Levski? Well, I have to see, right? Levski is not lawless. The Nix and Levski and Delamar are not lawless. So as long as there's defenses there, I mean, you can go as far as at these landing zones, like that, I'd have it so that you can't really steal cargo. I'd put in systems that you can't sneakily steal cargo. These systems are monitored, and you wouldn't be able to do that. I'd have something like that. Thanks for making me feel better about my hairline. Look at that. Need to actually shave the sides again. I embrace the attractive potato look. I think we can convince CIG to allow cutlass skin on cutlass parts of the ship. Oh my god, it is technically a different ship, right? Because it's made up of it is at its core a cutlass, but it's also like a freelancer and a Valkyrie, a Hurricane, and a Hornet, right? There's a lot going on there. I'm looking forward to the Mustang for one. I think they're probably going to be doing one for the Aurora. maybe some other starter ships. Not confirmed, but I reckon. Need to try out Jump Space. It's on my list of things to try. I'm going to be playing some... well, it's in an eye later today. I'm going to be playing some Escape Simulator 2. We'll be recording it. We'll chuck it up on the channel for channel members and Patreons and stuff. But I love Escape Room. Escape Simulator is a superb game. Escape Simulator 2, played the demo. We're like, oh, this is great. So really looking forward to that. This weekend, I'm probably going to be playing some Ark Raiders because it comes out on the 30th. Also got Space Marine 2, which I've played the tutorial. It was like great Space Marine game, but I'm going to be playing with Din's partner actually. He's one of my best mates in the world. Hopefully, we're going to have some fun with Space Marine 2 as well. Other than that, I've been playing a load of little games like Ball X Pit, which is great. Is it Fantasy King? Have a look. Bring up. I love my little roguelikes and stuff like that. Super Fantasy. Pots and Daggers. Star. Like that. That's what I've been playing recently. Along with Star Citizen. That's in place loads of the finals. And Ark Raiders is made by the same people that made finals, I believe. Video. We love the real estate property that's your head. Appreciate it, thank you. I knew you'd understand. You could make your own Grace ship. What would your combo be? Oh, I like that question. Oh, you know what? You know what I want to do? I want to get an Ares Ion and an Ares Inferno. Yeah, like flip them over, stick them together. Oh, yeah. Perfect. God of War ship. What do you call it? So we got. You do a load of cool dumb stuff with Grey's Market, right? Me, the biggest problem is Spectrum because it, even being concierge, the amount of time that you have to wait for a response is 1 week, and 80% of them is no. Plus, all moderators acting like they're gods. I mean, some do. I wouldn't say all do. My mods are pretty good for the most part. I mean, I have very little, if any, problems with my mods over the years. I don't moderate community in a way that I want to overly control what they say or anything. Like, more people talking about more things that they want to talk about Star Citizen, about their thoughts on Star Citizen, and things they like and didn't like, and more feedback from me enables me to make better content that's more in touch. I'm pretty lazy as well, so it's great. CIG, their obviously community is much larger and is moderated, and I think that some people probably have some of their mods are much more procedural, and they just go no. And some of them might just not like a particular person or a particular type of post, whatever. Maybe they are heavy-handed in some situations. I've heard that a lot. I've not looked hugely into it. Because you're going to get some people that complain about a mod, and that's because, well, maybe the mod's mad, but maybe the person has done other stuff wrong with skirting lines often. But I don't like removing conversations where possible, unless it, again, there's a procedure for me. If there's too much swearing or any personal attacks or anything illegal or whatever, bam, that's gone. Will the mining update and Nyx go hand in hand with each other? If so, when can we expect larger mining ships like the Arastra and the Orion, things like that? So, we don't have a timeline on any other mining ship. And we don't have a timeline on mining updates. I'd expect some mining updates with the Nyx system, at least adding more minables. And the Glacium Ring is supposed to be this big mineable area. They do want to have things like Rock Breaker, which is an activity where you actually break open an asteroid and presumably mine it. There could be other stuff in there as well. But there's 4.4 Nyx, but it's not all of Nyx. We're not sure if we're getting any of the planets. I don't believe we're getting any of the planets of Nyx, not even Nyx 3. But we'll have to wait and see. But I don't know. I don't believe there's a larger mining update turning up here for 4.4. Maybe by the end of the year. Oh, I have stories for you, BoredGamer. My mods are playing in about it for hours. Mate. My mods are perfect. Maybe not perfect, you know. They're amazing. Above acceptable. Okay, that's a nice thing. That's how I'd want to be described on a date. Not with my mods. So it's effectively scam season. I'm getting loads of random emails. And what else did I want to talk about? So we should see some more hotfixes this week for 4.3.2. I'll be fixing some of those all major issues. What else do we have? We've got Frontier Fighters Phase 2 today. Much this week beyond 4.4 Evocati and an engineering build actually tonight. So there'll be a reasonable amount to talk about. It might be an exciting week. We are, however, going into November. So I think Saturday's 1st of November. We'll talk a load about November updates then. I am looking forward to the Interactive Aerospace Expo. I am looking forward to 4.4. I do think that's going to be pretty good fun. Hopefully, the patch will be in a will be in a better state for that. I mean, it's important, right? It's essential. With the With the Stinger Q&A, they reiterated their intent to hold back the updated Vandal ships until after or at Squadron's release. If you had to guess, why? So, that's a really good question. I suspect it's because they are still tweaking them significantly for Squadron's needs. And they don't want to bring them into Persistent Universe if they haven't finished them. Because as far as I'm aware, they're also updating the blade, right? Not just the glaive and the scythe, it's also the blade. I don't know how much RAM I have at the moment. It's probably 64 gig. Can't imagine I would have put 128 in. Have a look. Oop. Stop. Yes, 64 gig. I have previously had 128. It is unnecessary. I appreciate my mods being here. You are beautiful people. I love you. Maybe love's a little bit too strong. I think of you very fondly. I'm watching you. I have the opinion you are a big fan of engineering. Why is that? You see any major pitfalls? Loads of major pitfalls. Engineering is core and important to the game. Okay, so it allows for much more in-depth, interesting combat. It allows for proper multi-crew. It allows for damage control, fires, repair, physicalized components, component targeting, subsystems, subcomponents, uses, and then just a load of other systems. Trying to do the room system, atmosphere and pressure done a bit better, gravity. There's loads of stuff that is tangentially connected to it as well. It's just so core to the Star Citizen experience, but for proper multi-crew combat and then sort of choice in game. Yeah. And the major pitfalls are that it's such a big core change, it could cause a lot of problems. With an armor system as well, this version of engineering. But not the Maelstrom armor. The Maelstrom is the proper physics breakability system, which will be replacing that. If you don't mind me self-programming, I'm still making faces for people and stuff. Yeah, chuck it in. Chuck it in the. You can put it up on my Discord. You can chuck it in the stream chat as well. I'll happily mention you occasionally in news videos as well, and put your links in. I will probably have a look at your more handsome. So people have made me in the game, and I'm using one of them, but it's not a handsome one. It looks like me. I know you've made a more handsome version of me. I'll be like, well, that's good enough, isn't it? I have to take a point away for it not being accurate, but give you 2 points extra for being handsome. I simply stopped complaining for this game. It is. I want to throw my PC through window sometimes. Sometimes I want to play it all the time. It's a love-hate relationship. Well, hopefully it will be in a stage in the not-too-distant future where it is significantly more fun to play consistently, right? I love Star Citizen as a project, warts and all. I'm friends with a load of the devs there, although that wouldn't influence me much from my opinions of stuff. It might make me do some interesting banter with them. Banter with Nick and Elliot and some of the other devs that I know. It's pretty good. I'm doing good, thank you very much. Engineering brings more complexity and more chances for bugs too. Exactly that. But is a necessary step to then purge those bugs, right? Because the more we move towards that sort of stuff, the less in the way of old tech and old systems and legacy stuff that we have as well. And they can do final balance or move towards that. Final polish. You know what I mean. How do you think the reclaim will be used in base building? The recent changes seem to make your money making loops with it less worthwhile. So, crafting in general is going to be super important, right? And the materials for that are from mining and salvage, largely. It's just going to be a great way of being able to get a load of those materials. Teaser pics of that RSI bridge could also be the Galaxy. It's possible it's Galaxy. It's possible it's remade Constellation. The last 2 weeks, almost certainly the bridge and the torpedo bay Perseus. Yeah, not 100%, but really close. I would not rule it out that it's something else. The Perseus is not as big as people think. Let us ship. I think it's slightly bigger than it was originally concept. So, Perseus. So the Perseus is apparently 100 meters in length. How long is my head? The hammerhead is 115 meters. That is 15% shorter in length than the hammerhead. It's not huge. It's not really Corvette sized. It's very much subcapital. Little bit smaller than a Hammerhead. They're both sort of like what, heavy patrol gunboat kind of ships. Sharks, are you charging, like, or getting donations for your making people in game and making things in game? Because probably run it as I could do it as a free ad on my channel if you are going to do something like that. I'll sort you out. You've been a mod for a while. Well, you've certainly been a spot for the channel for a while. Help out where I can with people's ventures. Do you think the rock breaker thingy is precursor for gameplay of the Orion? No, so I think the Orion is going to be much more of a strip miner. So the rock breaker thing would allow smaller ships to get closer to those asteroids, whereas I believe in Orion would be able to strip that asteroid entirely apart, or at least the surfaces of it. That's what I'm expecting. So yeah, you send an Orion through. It's not going to be able to get through to dense parts of an asteroid field. It would have to strip as it goes, and if you want to get close and deep into an area to get specific ore, then you'd send like a prospector in. That's the way I envision it. Do you think rock raiders are a bit different? The idea of ballistics bother me for the past years. I mean, just think of the energy drain on the ship if you were firing it as energy weapons. I think they've upgraded them from size 7 to size 8, which is effectively meaningless because it's bespoke anyway, right? But big size 8 ballistic cannons, boom, boom, boom. I quite like that. This is unrelated, but I'm not sure if you remember. But way back, Silent introduced me to VR chat because Silent Zen. I love Zen. Because I'm a big fan of your videos and still am. Just wanted to say thank you. Oh, no worries. Right. Zen is Zen's doing well. I haven't talked to him in like the last week or so, but we have a shared humble chat that we talk on regularly. Will we have bumper cars on the frozen Microtech Ocean? I suspect we'll be able to make something similar, right? You'd have the golf carts. Maybe we'll put extra armor on them. They'll tweak the sort of impacting, ramming stuff. I think. I'd love it if you could effectively make your own bumper car, just with the stuff that's in the game. So then, my regards too. What was your name in game? Or was it George? Feel free to message me on Discord anytime as well, mate. That pretty much goes to anyone as well. If you want to talk to me, you want to message me, you want to ask me to do something or cover a particular topic, you can always get me on contact@boredgamer.co.uk or on my Discord. I'm hoping the hotfixes are good this week. I'm really looking forward to engineering as well, but it could just all explode. And we don't know what we're getting for engineering at this stage, right? Is it going to be something that they'll go, oh, cool, the tests have gone well, we'll open it up to more waves, we'll try and get into the game into live by the end of the year? Or is it, we're not going to open it up any more than Eva Carty, and it goes back to the drawing board for another 3 months? Yeah? Well, I was thinking more you could put space cows. You could sort of weld space cows or copion or something to you. Or just bodies or something. That'll make it bouncy, right? Want to do org events like that, landing competitions. We could do Super Monkey Ball with you just have a Valkyrie going over a target, yeah, or a dropship of some kind, and then you have to jump out with ATLSs onto a target. Super Monkey Ball, perfect. What ship would I go after the Avenger Titan? Does depend on the gameplay you want to do. If you want to specialize in that particular area. So you want a mining ship or something like that, go into like getting a prospect or whatever, or a salvage, and maybe get yourself a vulture. However, if you want to multi-roll more, something moving up to a Cutlass Black, and then if you want to go a bit bigger than that, my favorite ship, the Mercury Star Runner. But you can get all this stuff in game as well. You not need to spend real money. I always overlook the Zeus Mark IIs. I'm not really playing them much either. That's probably why. It is purely based on the gameplay that you want to get from the game, though. You have to go in next because you might want to get a Cutlass Red or an Apollo or. Was that you wearing a suit in Leicester? Yes, that was me. I was at the UK watch party. I had my Steve Jobs rich man jumper on and a suit. If you see my twin or me, who is probably my twin, it's me. Come and say hi. Even if I'm talking to someone else, you can say hi. Never interrupting. Well, you might be, but I don't care. Do you think we'll see the Galaxy early next year, like rumours suggest? Don't know. I will put it in my list of ships to look into more. I haven't heard much more on the Galaxy. Obviously, they are doing a chain of RSI ships, it looks like. It's highly likely the Perseus will be released at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo or with 4.4. Do you think the Stinger will stay the way it is, or will they improve handling? So it is supposed to be slower, and it is a slow version of. It's very slow for a Vandal ship, right? All ships are going to get tweaks. I don't know which way it will go. I would suspect they'll improve handling slightly. I know a lot of people complained about that as well. Have they finished the game yet? No. Alpha 4.3.2 is what we're on at the moment. 4.4 and the Nix system is coming next month, which is pretty big. You are looking for a couple of years before they get to 1.0, at least. At least. If you're lucky. Versus is confirmed for Expo. Well, what do you mean by confirmed, right? I mean, Nix is confirmed for 4.4, but something breaks, it won't turn up. But yes, yeah, it's almost certain. I have a galaxy. Is there a reason for me to have a specialized medical ship like the Apollo? I was thinking of upgrading it to an Asgard. Maybe it depends on what gameplay you want and how you envision seeing these work together. Also, we don't 100% know how they're going to work together yet, right? You know, the intention for a lot of this stuff. Do you want tier 1 medical beds in a ship and run it like a doctor's surgery? The Apollo might be a better choice, but it might not be. One thing I love about this game is ships. That's good, because that's the thing they do the best. I think all of them are little virtual masterpieces. We'll carry our venture into the world of stars. Yeah, I mean, they are beautiful. It'll be interesting to see how Microtech and the other planets change when they implement this Genesis planet tech. When they add it to those planets, because we at some point in the next few months or so, or 6 months or so, we'll be getting Nix 1 and the Genesis planet tech, and they're going to start putting it into other planets as well, but it will change the way those planets look and are generated. I mean, the landing zones will still be largely the same, but the areas around them may have changed significantly. They'll probably still place it on a frozen ocean, but that ocean and that area will probably change a good amount. Yes, 99.9 about the Perseus. That's my feeling as well. I don't like to say, yes, it's definitely coming out, even though I do think it is definitely coming out. Always be prepared for change. Genesis not worried soon enough. It's what planets should look like. I mean, the planets are pretty now, but yes, they look significantly better, right? And the expansion of biomes and the way they blend, things like that, and the sheer cliffs and rocks and stuff. Yeah, cool. Be interesting to see how it changes the Daymar rally. People will be able to race a lot more without being rocks. And I haven't seen how it affects sand. Logically spawned features. Yes. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is, right? Will CIG be adding planet tech to all existing planets? Yes, they'll be updating it, including your head. I hate you. And what we need now are some ground missions where we can utilize ground units like Nova. Yeah, and for NPCs to use them as well, right? Or NPCs to use ground vehicles. That'll make stuff a lot more interesting. Make a lot more interesting missions. What else do we have? What else? Any news on the Zeus MR and Bounty Hunting 2.0? So I do expect CIG to, within the next few months, maybe within the next half a year, for them to go Bounty Hunting, boom. And have Bounty Hunting version 2 and have a load of stuff associated with that, including the Zeus MR. But I do not know exactly when that will be, and that is just I reckon. I think it's relatively low-hanging fruit and a good expansion to the game, and allows them to have, interesting things to do in game with bounty hunting, because combat is reasonably refined, with the paladin having less crew requirements to be effective to people. Do you see older ships and crew requirements being somewhat problematic? Not when they have NPC crew and flight blades and stuff like that. And stuff might get tweaked as well. More and more ships might get slave turrets and stuff like that. So they look at it and it's made balanced to an appropriate level. I think they will. We're going to a scare maze on Saturday. I think it's Saturday we're going to scare maze. Might be Friday, I don't know. Which is supposed to be spooky and jump scary, and I'm not great with jump scares. And what level of mining do you think will justify CIG work on the Arastra and Orion? So it is a different style and level up. It's a scale up from the mining that we've got in game at the moment. They'll want it for crafting, but I'm not sure exactly at what form it will, what will push them into doing it. We could see it with. I mean, we'll see it within the next couple of years. I don't know if it's a priority or not, though. 65 people on your javelin. Ooh, I don't think we need that many people on those ships. I mean, I'm expecting the crew amount and crew requirements for ships are going to be significantly reduced. Yes, you will be able to run them with more crew, and it might be beneficial, but. You reckon they would need base building for the Orion? I suppose we don't need... There'll be base building at scales, right? You're able to build small bases, no problems. If you want to build space stations and huge bases, Orion will be super useful. In my hangar, I have Resource Drive, Hurston Tier 4 and 5. Paints, Winner Armor, and completed Tier 3. Is that the same for everyone? They might have... People that didn't get all the way, they might have given it to them anyway, just because of the problems they had with it, maybe? Why do you think Star Citizen's development is so slow? I've been here from the beginning, and throughout the years I've been frustrated. This more than anything else. Well, it is ridiculously slow, right? It's because they've restarted it. They didn't start properly developing the game until like 2016, 2017. And then the scope increased massively with landable planets and the sort of planet tech. They just kept on scoping up the game, and the budget became unlimited, and they wanted to use that money to make the best product they could. That's yeah, and that has led to them taking a lot longer than you expect. Because they're an independent studio and they don't have deadlines in the same way as well. They are really spending a lot of time on something that could be a lot more simplified and gamified. And they're trying to like do it in this seamless way that doesn't necessarily always need to be seamless. And I think they're working that out now with things like instancing. They're going, well, actually, we can blend instancing with our server meshing stuff and have instances still, which is still effectively seamless, but actually add to the game rather than taking something away. And before they were like, oh, let's not do instances because that makes the game not seamless. And I was like, well, no, it can still be seamless with instances, and instancing is going to help your game out no end. So yes, it is the biggest bugbear and problem with Star Citizen. It's ridiculously long amount of delays and a development cycle and unlimited funds, time, money. Community seems to support it for the most part as well, right? You might argue, well, some people are angry, yeah, but people vote with their wallets typically, and they're making more money than ever. Do you believe they'll keep their word on extra starter packs per account, meaning that you'll have a spare NPC crew? So, there's a mixture of this, right? People obviously talking about agent smithing, being able to take over NPC crew on your ship, maybe. And they said that that was still the plan recently, although that might have been a misinterpretation of what someone was asking. But we are not 100% sure what is going to happen with multiple game packages on the same account. Does it give you more character slots? Does it give you and can those characters be used as NPCs effectively on your other ships? We don't know. So CIG have implied or previously said back in the day that was the case. At the moment, I'd say they don't know and we don't know. A lot of stuff like that has changed. So I would not expect it. I'd expect something. But we'll have to wait and see. It's a possibility they'll do that, and I'd also say it's a strong possibility they won't. A 50-50 chance would be my expectation on that. I still have my models manual from Kickstarter. Oh my god. Yeah, some of the old physical stuff, right, that people would wanted. Yeah, because they wanted to do private servers and things like that as well. Full mod support. Now, will that happen eventually? Maybe. They might open the Star Engine up to other people using it. I've not played Repo, and I am not great with the jump scares. I don't like games with jump scares in. I will avoid them hugely. Will there be another hotfix? One that might fix the Hyperion door bug ready? So there's a load of stuff that needs fixing, especially with ASD facilities, and some mission progression and stuff like that. So I'm expecting that stuff to be sorted this week, because I also want to play through all of the SD facility stuff. Right. Any other questions we can go through quick? Hey, buddy, are you aware that CIG screwed up the destruction of the UES Argus? So, are you going to tell me about the Argus and the other ship? What is the other? Because they refer to it as the other one, and they interchangeably use the names, right? The Corvus and the Argus. At least that's what they say in the video. However, from the display panel, the Argus is asked to pull back, and the USC Corvus is told move to pack it up. Well, so it might be that it might not be that they didn't mess up, or they've only partly messed up. I think it's all correctable, right? It was only in the effect of the demo, right? UES back up the UES integrity, not only, but the Argus appears to be in the hollow escorter carrier, not a cruiser or heavy cruiser. To be okay. So there is an inconsistency in the audio. I'm aware of that. How would one become as handsome as BoredGamer? Just let yourself go. Just let yourself go, and you naturally become this attractive. Non-stop bops. Thank you very much for the raid. I was just about to stop. Let me go. I was gonna say I'll do a quick bio, but what I'll do instead is I'll talk for a little bit longer. Imagine if CIG surprises us with the Galaxy this Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. That is unlikely. Got the Perseus? Yes. I suspect the Galaxy is doing fine, but I'm not expecting. I mean, at the earliest. Modules and stuff to do for it as well. Then they're probably not going to want to just do the base version. Maybe next Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. I don't know. I appreciate the love. Thank you so much. Non-stop bops. Thank you for the raid. I've been moving most of my. Well, normally I don't stream on Tuesdays. I was thinking about moving entirely over to YouTube streaming. But we'll see. We'll see what happens next couple of weeks. Do you agree that they pushed this patch too soon? There's an inappropriate amount of bugs with this patch. That is what I would say. They want to do a monthly patch cadence. I do think that they could have caught some of these these bugs before putting it out, and but you could also potentially argue that some of these bugs you might only see in the live build at scale. The game's unforgivable. Do you think the lack of feature development is unsustainable? I mean, they're going to want to do a mixture of both monthly patch cadence with more content. This year, they've added a load to the game that is sandbox activity, trying to get a better general sort of grindy estate, right? So you can grind stuff, and they've done that pretty well. I mean, this patch, most buggy in recent memory, but over a year, it's in a significantly better state than it has been. Yeah, solve this. Not appropriate to be as buggy as it is. They are going to be adding more and more features. I mean, that's what we're seeing. Obviously, we saw a load of stuff at Serzencon. They've got 4.4 coming up. Got engineering being tested potentially today, and crafting being tested. Year. I mean, they're adding loads of features. They want to get 1.0 in our hands, probably in the next couple of years. I think 2 years away. I always think 2 years away for everything. I wish YouTube would actually send notifications when Board goes live. Who knows, right? I typically go live on Monday or Tuesday at some point between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. UTC. Maybe, there you are. If that's not accurate enough for you, then I don't know what is. Did I do the playtest last night? Was it enjoyable? No, I didn't. It got red lit, unfortunately. Should be today. This patch was a step backwards, in my opinion. So, as I said in the podcast and a couple other videos, it's one step forward, 2 step back is the way it feels. But if they fix the bugs, and potentially they'll do that this week, then it'll be fine, right? Bod, I met you at CitizenCon Direct. It was a surreal feeling hearing your voice in the real world. Massively appreciate your content. Thank you very much. That is kind. I absolutely loved Direct. It was great. I didn't like the fact that I had injured my back and my shoulder, and I can't raise my arm too high, and I can't put any pressure on this arm without it collapsing. So I can't do a push-up at the moment. I used to be able to do 30 push-ups. Sort of big up. But now I can barely do one, and then this arm just goes. I can do single-handed left-handed push-ups, just one arm, better than I can do with both arms. Weird, right? Done something with the shoulder blade, but it's getting a lot better than it was. And I got flu. I absolutely loved being there, though. Now, what's your opinion on the amount of FPS content in comparison to the spaceship game content that CIG has been adding to Star Citizen? Well, they've added and are adding huge amounts of FPS content, right? And they keep on bouncing between spaceship content and FPS content. You need both to have what they want. I'm not sure what stage the galaxy is in. It's possible the galaxy has already progressed through white box and is in grey box. Zin with a Z, not a J. I will say hi to her. No worries. But I've got the look into the situation of the galaxy and its now. I want to do some highlights on things like the Ironclad, Perseus, and a variety of ships that we don't know where they are necessarily in development phase, but CIG have talked about them when they are in development to some extent, or at least were. Might have some people working on the Bandit Merchantman in the latter half of next year. That'll be exciting, won't it? I think that actually will be exciting. I said that a little sarcastically. What's your opinion on the amount we talked about that already. There's been a lot more FPS focus than anything else, or is that just my impression? Recently, there's been a lot of FPS focus, yes. And I think that's just because they want to make those planetary areas, right? It's about planet tech and it's about populating planets. We got a lot of stuff with fleet battles and mix and stuff coming as well. So, do you feel the Galaxy might give this to add NPC medical mission? Not particularly. I mean, I don't know what you were thinking there. Maybe. Well, not in my mind. Second half, latter half of next year. Right. I'm probably going to dash off now. I need to eat, and I need to check to see if Sin's got today's video done on the news and stuff, and track that up. And then I'm going to play some Escape Simulator 2. And different fundraising goals mention different camper ships, cruiser and battle cruiser. Do you think we've seen them both in the Squadron 42 reveal? So we've seen what appears to be different variants of the Bengal that look like escort carrier, sort of like heavy cruiser kind of thing. Battle cruiser, yeah. And potentially CIG are going to give us a concept sale of a battle cruiser next year. I think might be the Bengal, the Corvus or the Argus variant that we saw to a degree, but civilianized. I have to wait and see. We definitely saw some other ships in the Squadron reveal, right? Right. Who else is... Let me pass on the love. Comes to... Who else is online? This is online at the moment. I might send you over to... I send you over to Moist Needle because he is my boy and I love him. Great. Thanks so much for watching today. Genuinely appreciated. I am going to go and get some stuff done. Have a little snackette and get a video out. So check out the channel. And we'll talk about engineering as soon as we're allowed to. Because I've actually tested it and assuming that the NDA doesn't prevent us from talking about it. It just prevents us from showing stuff. Thanks for watching. Love you loads. And talk soon. Oh, is there any... Oh. Love you, bye.